Okay, in the last video we have seen the variables in Python. So in this video we are going to see the data types in Python. So let's create a new file, lesson3.py. So in this video we are going to see the data types. So what is the data type in Python? Data types is the type of data that a variable stores. The value that type of the value that variables is stored. Let's say we create a variable x. So here it stores the value 12, and I create another variable, and here it is stored. Let's say the queen. So here, as you can see that here it stores this value, which is a number. Here it stores this text value, so it is different. So data type is basically the type of data that a particular variable is storing. So how many data types are there in the Python? So in Python there are various data types. There are basically two categories based on the value it stores, single values versus multiple values. So there is a data types which stores single value, such as integer, float, string, boolean, none, and then there are other data types that stores multiple values. So we are going to see those data types that stores multiple values later on, right? For now we are focusing on the data types which stores single values, such as some of the number based data types, such as integer, float, and then there is string, boolean. So first we are going to see the first data type, number based data types. So let's give you an example, and we are going to see by that. I'm storing this creating this variable and storing the value 34. Here I'm creating another variable, and here I'm storing value 34.45. So let me just show you and also give you an example, then I'll explain everything. Don't worry, I do same thing here as well. And then I explain what we are doing here. So let me run this program. So here what we are doing, we just created this variable x and we assign the value. So this is basically assignment of this variable, and we give the value of assign the value of 34, right? Then we print the value, and as you can see, there is something new for you. Print the type and then x. We want to see the type of data, that this value type of which variable, this variable x, what is the type of this variable. So we first print the value 34, and then we see here we just print the type of this variable x, and it shows int. So what is this int? Int is basically integer. Integer means if the value is a whole number without any decimal places, then it's an integer, right? And as you can see here below, we create another variable, and here it is 34.45. Let me zoom in. I guess it's yeah, now I think it's better. Okay, so 34.45, and if I print the value, as you can see here, 34.45, and if I print the type of this variable y, then it says float. So basically integer and float, those are two number based data types, right? Integer is data type where there is a whole number without any decimal places. There is no decimal place, it's a whole number, right? For the whole number we have integer data type. This is value of integer data type, and here because it has decimal places after the number, right, 0.45, so it's a float. So that's the integer and float. Number without decimal places, if I just replace with 12, and if I just let's say it can be any number of decimal places. Let's say I create two more. It's a four decimal places, right? And if I run this again, now as you can see here, this is a 12 and it's a class of integer data type because it's a whole number, right? And here it's a number with decimal places, so we see here the float. So that's basically the number based data types. There are basically actually three data types. First focus on these two. This integer data type, and then there is float data type without any decimal places, whole number, that's the integer, and with decimal places, any number of decimal places, it's a float. There is also another data type which is not used that much in programming. It's a complex data type. Let's say I create this variable, I think like something like this. Sorry, this is complex data type. It is used mostly in mathematics, physics, all those stuff. It is not that much used in general programming. But let me show you now, because we are talking about, let me first clear it. So as you can see here, it's a complex. So complex, basically nothing. There is a this real number, right? It can be whole number like integer, or it can be float, right? Then there is an imaginary number here, and the measure, the unit of this imaginary. So don't worry if you don't get it. We don't use it much in the traditional programming in various domain. As I said, it is used in mathematics and physics and all those stuff, but mostly we use this integer and float if we are talking about number based data types, and we have to do various operations on that. So that's the number based data types. In the next video we are going to see other data types, like string and then the booleans and all that stuff. Okay, thank you for watching.